You can't tell me a damn thing. I'm lost, at least it's a daydream. I turn into a hole. My days don't stop till my legs weak. My heart is beating like crazy. Does it all
Shoo. Back out here for yet another video. I haven't actually been in the garage in about 2 weeks, which was nice. You know, making these videos is a lot of work. So to be able to disconnect from pretty much YouTube altogether for 2 weeks was pretty nice. And I spent those 2 weeks in Texas for some training for work, which the training was easy, so it was like a little vacation. But we're back out here today. Today, working on the E30. I would say if you ask anyone who owns an E30 or owned one in the past what the top 5 most common issues or things that have to be replaced on the E30, one of the things that would always pop up on that top 5 we're going to do today. So what we got to do to this thing is kind of an easy repair, very affordable repair. And what that is the odometer gears. So the main reason I'm doing this repair is because I want to know how many miles I drive before I'm changing my oil, even though it's probably low enough that I would just change it annually, but I don't know that for sure. I don't know it for sure. So we're gonna go ahead, hop in the car, get the dash pulled out. Once the dash is pulled out, then we will figure out where these things go. I actually have never done this. I saw one video on it like a month or 2 ago. Actually, it's probably been more than that. I've ordered these a while ago. So we're just gonna we're gonna shoot from the hip. Hopefully we don't fuck anything up. So let's get to it. Boom. So we got the face plate off of the actual gauge cluster, so we can just set the faceplate aside now. Next step is to actually remove the speedometer with the odometer from the backing portion. To do that, you've got to flip it over and you've got to remove this connector here. Pretty simple to do. All you got to do is pry, let me get it up here, this ear here off, and then the whole thing is going to slide down. Boom, so that's out. Set that aside. Be careful, because once you remove that green piece, she's free falling. Now you really aggressively yank it out of there. Just kidding, don't do it aggressively. So we can set the backer now off to the side. So you can look at my speedometer. So you're looking at the face of it, rotate it over, you can see the gears here. You can see, I don't know if you can see where the little white gear is. On the black gear, it's just missing the teeth right in that little section. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these 2 screws here to remove this little side cover off. I had to bust out the little tiny screwdriver for these because they're so dang small. Now that we got the screws out of the side, we can get this little cover off. But you want to be careful because this cover is on the inside of these little things. I don't know what they are, but they're part of the circuit board. So what you got to do is pry the circuit board back a little bit. Boom. Shoo. In order to pry the circuit board back, I had to pry these little, they're like rubber grommets to retain the circuit board onto the bottom. I had to pry those back from the surface of the circuit board, then pry the circuit board itself back, which gave me enough room to snake that out. So we got all that out. Next step now is just to replace the gears. Pretty straightforward, but I'm going to grab the replacements first so I know which gear goes where. Alrighty. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so my first gear, it kind of just fell out because the shaft that's in there is literally just to locate this gear and the gear below it. This inner gear itself, so the outer gear has the broken teeth. We don't really care about the outer gear. The inner gear is the one we're worried about, mainly because this inner gear on this one, right by the shaft, has 12 teeth. This white gear here on the inside has 13 teeth, 14 teeth on this gear. So that's how we would determine which of the replacement parts go where. So I'm going to go ahead, pull this gear off of here. It's pretty flimsy, so I can pull that out. And this thing, it's just like, I don't know, I can flick the teeth right off. It's kind of like rubber. I don't know how that happens. I'm assuming this is an original tooth, or original gear, but we're done with her. We're gonna take the new gear. We're gonna put it on the old shaft or rune. Boom, boom, boom. And then remove the other gear, which slides right off. Very simple. This one actually looks like it was replaced at another time. So we're gonna go ahead, drop this in. There's that. We gotta try and get this gear off of here. Alright, cool. So we got all the new gears installed. So when I spin the little gear, all the other gears spin with it. And the numbers also spin. So, got that all done. Now we just have to reassemble, which is super straightforward. Perfect, so we got the cluster completely reassembled the way it's supposed to be. Now we can go ahead, throw it back into the car, and then we'll test drive it to make sure I did it correctly. We got her in. I would say scale of 1 to 10, that's like a 2, maybe. One thing I did notice I fucked up is the check light. Mine was kind of loose before. Well, it's completely out now, so I got to figure out that. Hopefully I can still see the light behind there when it comes on, so I know to check. But now we got everything squared away. We're gonna go ahead, go for a ride. as you can see, the car is looking as good as ever, only now it has a working odometer, which is huge. Now I don't have to guess on oil changes. I know exactly how many miles I have on the car between each oil change. But we're wrapping this up. If you liked the video, definitely hit the like button. Obviously subscribe to the channel, and if there's anything you want to see in the future on the channel, leave it in the comment section down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
You can't tell me a damn thing. I'm lost, at least it's a daydream. I turn into a hole. My dance don't stop till my legs weak.